My dear friends, remember the nature and purpose of the project. You're trading, and this I'm talking hypothetically, you are trading with emotion and you're trading the wrong way. If you get scared when the price drops, when you understand how the market works, you would understand that there's going to be ups and downs, and that maybe this move on a 3-minute view of the graph is not going to matter when you look at it later on down during the day. When you're looking at a 5-hour graph, it's going to be a completely different thing. So a lot of people completely lose track of the bigger picture, and they look at a smaller picture and they freak out, and money gets lost like this very quickly. But it takes a while for it to build up. And sometimes when things happen super quick, people decide to make quick decisions, and you should not do that unless you are fully aware of what you're doing. And if you do know what you're doing, then you have nothing to worry about. But if you remember why you are a Bytecoin enthusiast, and you remember the roots of the kryptonite algorithm, if you're aware of the fact that it's the world's first private and untraceable cryptocurrency, if you understand and you have read the white paper of Bytecoin to see what kind of features they were trying to improve on when it came to Bitcoin, you would see why you invested your time and resources into the Bytecoin project. Bytecoin is, in my opinion, a symbol for privacy. And everybody will need that in the digital age. So remember why you're into it. Has anything changed about Bytecoin's quality as a medium of exchange? Has anything changed about it being able to be transferred from point A to point B? And we truly want to hear people with responses regarding truly private transactions from a private wallet to a private wallet, because BytecoinGuru has seen plenty of threads about problems and 5 billion confirmations when it comes from an exchange, but hasn't heard as many going from a private wallet to a private wallet. Well, why? Because it's instantaneous transactions. Seamless. So nothing has changed about Bytecoin's capability to do what it does best as a currency. Just like you leave 10 euros on your desk, and then the next morning you wake up and you see the 10 euros, and you know that nothing has changed about the piece of paper that will prevent you from using that 10 euros as 10 euros when you go to the store. So the same thing. Price might have changed, cost might have changed, but the value didn't. It still is a very intriguing digital asset. And of course, recognize the origin of the project and the audience and user base. When we talk about Bytecoin, do you remember where Bytecoin originated? It originated on the dark web. How many people do you think out of 100 know about the dark web and have been there? Probably 1. Probably even half. Not a lot of people have been on the dark web. So Bytecoin originated there, just like Bitcoin did. So the people who were first exposed to that information were very few and were technologically savvy because they were at the dark web to begin with. So using only assumptions now, if you're technologically savvy, if you're seeking something on the dark web, most likely you have the intent of maybe continuing. So digital assets and mining is something that could have been easily attainable to them at a much different rate than what a regular person would try to do now. So what is that to say? It's completely understandable that the majority of the supply of Bitcoin was probably mined before it surfaced the web, because the certain individuals who held the knowledge took advantage of being aware. Just like right now, you are taking advantage of digital assets and cryptocurrency when 90% of the world doesn't know about them. Should these people be mad at you for you knowing first? No. We should just all be glad that such a thing was even introduced to us. So you're dealing with people who maybe have plenty of Bitcoin. So much plenty to the point that they could probably manipulate price, or at least set off waves and have smaller investors like yourself think that this is a legitimate move when it's only just one person just dumped a bunch or bought a bunch. So everybody follows suit. And there you go, you have big rallies and you have big dumps. It happens. So recognize, so that way you're better prepared for next time. Also, recognize possible and predictable outcomes and understand volatility. So, simple. Something very simple that one ought to know if they're in a market and they're a market speculator. Understand that with updates, with improvements, with roadmaps, with implementations, with listings, with partnerships, with rebranding, all of those events usually correlate with a price change, or should at least. Why? Because those are all either positive or negative for the currency or the digital asset. So when you hear such stories or events coming up or happening, notice how the market moves on those particular days. See how much the trading volume was to see how many people decided to invest or sell. Take a look at what the price was that day to see what people bought it at. Just be more aware of what's happening at each stage as it happens, so you know how to predict the next one. Understand volatility is a main part because you're looking at a free market. When you're looking at a free market, you gotta understand that if it's not regulated and the whole world can trade right at whatever time they want, that creates a huge influx of money, and vice versa. So volatility in free markets is the gold nugget. It's how people make money. If a day trader is not going to make any money on a flat chart, on something that keeps trading sideways, so you need that volatility. Bitcoin has one of the most extraordinary volatility patterns I have ever seen. And if you have seen another one, please do comment, share, so you can share other examples of such occurrences happening. When you have people that have a bunch of coins, price goes up, they decide to take a little bit of profit just like anybody would. Price goes down a little bit, everybody panics. They see the price turning page. So they follow suit. Everybody sells. Price goes low. Low enough for somebody to say, you know what? I think it's time for me to move in. Move in a little bit. Price goes up. Everybody's like, okay, that was the bottom. Here I come. Everybody starts to invest. Price goes up. It's the regular thing every single time. So do not trade with emotion. When I see price at 6,000, I see a bunch of people holding onto that price. As far as Bitcoin, when I see 20 Satoshi for Bytecoin, I see a bunch of people holding and not trying to let go past 20 Satoshi. When you're looking at a market that has been trading sideways right after a very long bear market, you have seen what the maximum it can go as low as. And anything that moves out of the ordinary and it goes even lower, take a look into what caused that to happen so you can better understand next time. Looking at patterns, comparing, some people call it news trading, where you based upon news and updates and all that good stuff. So just be more aware.